keep the greeny, leafy things together, some sage as well. Okay, and if your fridge is beeping, we're gonna close it.
Sometimes the hardest part of cooking is actually just cleaning up after you're done cooking. A lot of Food 52 community members have been writing in, asking for tips and tricks about how to clean your kitchen, how to keep it looking beautiful and organized. Some of my coworkers are gonna come in and they're gonna share their tips and tricks for keeping their kitchen clean in their own home. Anna.
Hi, Josh.
Welcome to the video studio. We made a mess and left it messy.
Yeah.
Because we want to show the fine people at home how we clean up, basically. You have some tips you want to share?
Well, when I do clean, I do try to keep it a little bit all natural, especially when you're like cleaning food surfaces.
Yes.
So I do like the vinegar, white vinegar.
I love that. Because if it's the place that you're doing all the stuff that you eat, you don't want to pound that same place with a lot of like heavy chemicals, right?
No. So, and the thing that's really good about the vinegar thing is that it's just a ratio of 50-50 to like water and vinegar.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eyeball it because that's what I do in my house.
Do you have a sponge preference?
I mean,
or do you use a rag?
I use a rag in my house. Other thing that I do in my house is I have a spray bottle and I fill the spray bottle with this. And then,
perfect.
Done.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll do like a once over just to get the big junk off.
That's smart.
And then I'll do my serious work
for it. So I'm gonna do what you did. Do a once over. And another thing that is a little pro tip that I have not done personally, but you can infuse the vinegar with like orange peels and thyme and herbs so your house doesn't smell like a pickle factory. And it's like really amazing how it doesn't feel greasy.
I'm ready to eat right off this thing.
Yeah. So when you're cooking and you have like, you know, every day and everything gets all the grime on it.
Yeah, you know like what gets really dirty for me? This happens to be clean right now, but if I'm like doing a lot of cooking and moving around, my pepper grinder will get like a layer of schmutz on the outside. Yeah. Do a little spray.
It also, like this towel, once you've wiped it down, there's a little bit of moisture on it. It's like perfect for when you have, personally, my oil canister gets really grimy.
Like fingerprint-y.
Between me picking it up, having stuff in my hands, things splattering, because I have mine sitting right next to my stove. Yeah. And it also feels like really, like refreshing. Like I feel like I've done a lot of work when I wipe these down and I touch them and they're like clean on the outside. I just think like, wow, I'm really taking care of myself.
I'm really happy. All right, we gotta do more cleaning.
Oh, have a great time. I'm gonna leave. See you later. Thanks, Josh.
I'm here with Hannah. Welcome.
Hi, thank you for
We just did a segment on like cleaning surfaces using white vinegar. And next we're gonna handle the fridge. Hannah has some tips for us.
Well, it's the end of the week, and obviously we work for a food company, and
it's like having 80 roommates.
Yeah, truly.
In your fridge.
And at the end of the week, it's not a pretty sight.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
It's not bad. It could be better.
Yeah.
So I don't like to clean. Most people don't like to clean, but it's kind of amazing what you can do in just 5 minutes and, you know, turn on some music, a short podcast, and just get to it. And it's really easy. We have like 4 cartons of eggs. I think like this one's empty. So like this should not even be here. If you take a look, there's a kombucha that's really old, somewhat
open over a month old. Yeah. So forget
it's going. We're done with you, kombucha. Okay, we're gonna keep. We love eggs. We're keeping them. But you know what? You know what I like to do sometimes? If you see, if you have 2 eggs here, and how many eggs do you have here? It's a math lesson. Okay, let's get it together, guys. We don't need this either. Okay, the greens, they're fresh, they're looking good. Just like straighten them up a bit. Okay, these herbs are beautiful. We've rinsed, we've cleaned them.
Yeah,
they're in a nice, they're stored properly, but let's put them down here just so we can keep them away from high traffic areas. Let's keep the chicken stocks together if possible, sorry. Okay, we have like the mozzarella is like hiding. Let's keep it by the tomato sauce so we can, you know, think of pizza or like a lasagna.
Yeah.
Keep like things together.
Items that get sort of hid in
Yeah.
the fridge is something that I really try to make sure never happens. Where I'll try and touch everything basically, like literally put my hands on everything.
Yeah.
To make sure there's nothing hidden and like growing mold somewhere.
Okay, like I see something.
Yeah.
If you see something, say something. So I see this chicken stock. I'm like, what's that?
Right.
Like
Behind the chicken stock.
Yeah, like off with you.
Yeah.
So
You have to be a little bit unsentimental, I guess, when it comes to this.
Marie Kondo, channel Marie Kondo. If
Yeah.
it doesn't spark joy or if it's not in the meal plan, it's going.
Right. If something is almost garbage, you don't need to put it inside of you. Just say goodbye.
Oh my God, that's amazing. That's like words to live by. Things like
Capers are
capers
good.
and simple syrup, these
Those
will
can
last forever. So just like give them a nice place in the back where you can see them, you won't forget about them. Make sure all of your milk and dairy things are fully closed. This has a good date. I'll keep this together. Butter. I mean, if we had more, I would keep all my butter like off to the side somewhere.
Would you wrap
Or
this up in like plastic though, because it has the exposed end, or you're cool with that?
I go through butter so quickly, so
fair
I
enough.
personally would not, but if I didn't, I would definitely wrap it up.
Yeah.
And if I had more butter sticks, I would keep them all together.
Squeeze your avocado, make sure it's still good.
Yeah, make sure it's still good. Okay, and that's like the makings of guacamole right there.
In professional kitchens, we're trained generally to have like proteins on the bottom and then like vegetables on top. Do you find that you do that in your home kitchen as well?
I do. Like if I have a pack of chicken thighs or chicken breasts,
Yeah.
or you know ground beef, I like to keep it down. Usually the coldest part of your fridge is the lower level, like towards the back, because you're opening probably you know
Yeah.
a few times a day at least. So that's what I like to do.
Plus, I guess if for whatever reason you happen to have like even a single drip of like raw meat,
Oh,
you
yeah.
want it as low as possible so it doesn't accidentally come in contact with like raw spinach that you would then eat. It's like a health thing.
Yeah, no, that's an excellent point. You don't need salmonella juice all over your fridge. We have a nice parm. This is super fridge friendly and will last forever as long as you keep it nicely wrapped. So you can either keep it with your dairy, or if you have like a separate cheese deli section, you can keep it there. Just think about what categories work for you, as Josh mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
There's no you know, hard and fast rule.
How often do you do like a deep clean? Like, do you feel like you need to like, because sometimes we'll get like gunk under here. Like, I'll take this whole drawer
Yeah.
out basically, maybe once every 6 months, once a year.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
I would say once to twice a year, you can just remove some of these shelves, or you know, just take a Windex to these plastic compartments,
Yeah.
or Anna's
Use your
great
white vinegar.
yeah, solution, and give it a wipe down. And then you know, you'll usually have some like random leaves and stuff
Yeah,
behind, and even just like a hot water sponge situation will clean that right up. The rice is fine. Like we go through a lot of rice in my home and grains, so I would just keep these, they look fresh. But if they are unlabeled in a shared fridge, I would probably toss it after 2 or 3 days. So like these greens look washed, you know, drained, and you know, ready for someone's lunch. So I'm keeping these next to the mixed greens.
Right.
Yeah, so I think most people go grocery shopping once a week on the weekends when they have time.
Yeah.
And so that's a good time to, before putting in the new stuff, take an assessment of the old stuff.
Yes.
Also, like hot sauce, like keep like things together.
Right.
So
Here you have another little condiment
yeah,
section sort of
some
going here.
Yeah, exactly. And if you have a wine section, that's fine too.
So here with more cleaning tips is Brooke.
Hey, guys.
Welcome to the video studio.
Thank you.
So we talked about surfaces, we talked about the fridge. Next we're gonna talk about like hard to clean, like gunk and grime basically.
Yeah.
What's your tip?
Barkeeper's friend.
Okay.
And maybe a little bit of elbow grease.
Yeah,
Which
because
is
you
kind
need
of
to give
important.
your body weight into it,
Yeah.
right?
But this helps. This is pretty amazing stuff. You can use it on caked on foods, dirty pans in the kitchen, on the stove, in the sink.
So this is for like the really hard to clean,
bathroom. Yeah.
like the worst of the worst.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah.
We're
See,
gonna
this
try.
I'm skeptical because this is like, it's bad, but it's also like ancient. I feel like this is
That's pretty
I have
old,
been
yeah.
working at Food 52 for a bunch of years now, and I'm sure that that gunk preceded me. Like, that was here before I got here.
I mean, we do like our older looking pieces. That
Yeah.
is part of our look here. But,
Right.
Yeah, let's try and get this one
Let's do it.
clean. Shall we try to? All right, so we're gonna add a little water.
Mhm.
We're gonna add a little Barkeeper's Friend. And you kind of make like a paste with it.
Does it need to like sit and soak for a little while, or can you just go for it?
I let it sit and soak for a little bit.
Makes
yeah,
sense.
I don't know if you need to, but it feels good to do that for some reason.
Yeah.
Make more of a paste. Little elbow grease. And you can see the paste even looks kind of brown because I think it's pulling it off.
Yeah, this whole thing
we
is
rinse?
turning gray. It's not white like when you started. I think it would take a long time to make it completely perfectly clean, but I'm sure that it's already much cleaner than it used to be.
You have to work at it, but it will come off. This is like
The parts that
years and years of cookies and
Yeah.
sheet pan chicken
Years.
recipes.
years. But
On there.
this clean part here is cleaner and shinier than like an equivalent area down below.
Yeah,
It's brighter and cleaner.
yeah, looks good.
Cool.
I may just go home this weekend and clean all my pans.
Yeah.
It's about that time. Want to try that green one?
Should I go for it here?
Yeah, let's see you do it now.
All right.
That's pretty caked on there. It's gnarly.
I am not working very hard, and it's coming right off, which is cool. I was expecting to be like dripping sweat, but easy. This looked worse, but you got a harder one. Should I rinse off half and see what the difference
Yeah.
is?
The before and after.
Yeah. Nice and clean. Hardly any work.
Awesome.
Still disgusting. When the video's over, I have to do more work. But this was great. Great tip. And so you can use this in all areas of the house, basically,
Yeah,
too.
kitchen, bathroom, everywhere.
I'm feeling great. Everything's pretty much clean right now after all these tips from all my different coworkers, so that's nice. I'm here to talk about one last thing, which is storage. I have a pantry at work that has a lot of different items in it. It's easy to like open up a bag of like apricots or something and use some and close it back in that same bag and put it away. But the seal on the bag that you purchased it in is not as good as the seal of a storage container that's designed for long-term dry storage. So it's important to stock up on different size sort of storage containers, label things so you know what they are, resist the urge to leave things in their original packaging. Even though it feels easy at the time and you think like, well, I'm sure it'll probably be fine, stay firm, transfer everything to long-term storage containers and you'll never have any problems with any kind of infestation, basically. I'll show you some of what I use. For smaller dry spices, we have these little cylindrical like metal containers and we use a label maker on top to say what they are. So these are black peppercorns, these are ground up cloves. For slightly larger things like specialty flours, I keep like baking soda, baking powder in pints and quarts. This is almond flour, for example. These work really well. Larger bulk storage, this is bread flour. Container like this works really well. Buy whatever container works for you and fits in your cabinets. We learned a lot of great tips today. One thing I would say is rather than letting something become a problem and then trying to figure out like how do I fix this problem, be proactive. If you have any really good tips for cleaning, maintaining a clean kitchen, don't be shy, leave a comment, I want to hear from you. And if you like this video, click like and subscribe and see more videos like this one.